What is balance? In my next video, I will tell you exactly what my definition is of balance. Coming up next. What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm Naomi with NaomiRios.com, your premier source for best practices on brain, body, and balance, where I share with you the latest information on all things fitness, nutrition, motivation, and mindset. And in this channel, I teach you how to go further faster on your fitness journey without losing your head and enjoying the ride. So today, I wanted to speak to you about my definition of balance. And I think this is very important because I speak so much about balance and I speak so much about having, moderating your habits. And I kind of had an epiphany yesterday. So about last night, I've been doing the Whole30 since the beginning of January. And if you're not familiar with what the Whole30 is, it's a program that is an elimination diet. And it's a 30-day elimination diet. And I've done it in the past. I've done it in August. I had really great results with it. And the reason why I did it was to see maybe if I had any food sensitivities or any food intolerances. So it suited its purpose. And I remember the first 2 weeks being like super severe, like I wanted everything in sight, and I had a lot of cravings, and it was just like a very you know what I'm saying, like a druggy kind of feeling. So needless to say, it taught me a lot. I really enjoyed the program. But I remembered this January, they're doing the January Whole30 again. And I said, hey, I'm on board. I did it in August. I'm going to do this again. So to make a long story short, yesterday I had planned all my meals. And I got invited to a friend's house. I did not know she was going to cook. And I come to her house, and next thing you know, she puts the next plate that you're gonna see in the next slide in front of us because she cooked for us. And she was so excited. I mean, she was elated. Look at that. So you saw that plate. I mean, it's ginormous. And of course, it's not like I had the whole pot, okay, guys? But my point to that was that in that moment, I sat back and I said, am I going to tell her that I'm not going to eat this because I'm on a Whole30 diet, which she'll have no idea what that is? Or am I going to have some, enjoy it, and move on? Because isn't that what I preach to you guys? Like, if you had it, you enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it? Was it empty calories? And if you enjoyed it, move on. That's what life is about. Life is about celebrating those moments when you're with friends. And food has a lot to do with that. So yesterday I had this epiphany where I was sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, am I gonna crush her? Because she was so excited to have us over and so excited she had cooked for us. We had no idea that she was gonna cook for us. So I thought to myself, you know what? This is what I preach about all the time. And it also got me thinking that if I'm preaching to you about moderation, then I'm not going to be buying in to elimination diets like the Whole30. And let me tell you something, it's nothing against the Whole30. I actually like the Whole30 a lot. But it's like, for example, I have 3 cookbooks. I have Melissa Andales, Hartwig's book, It Starts With Food. I love that book. I think there's so much information there that's so valuable. And I like to eat that way most of the time. Like, that to me is what clean, unprocessed, feel-good food is all about. But then at the same time, does that mean I'm never gonna have a brownie? You better believe that's not true, because I love me some brownies. So I thought to myself, yeah, that's just not gonna happen. And at that moment, I thought, you know what? I'm taking a step back. I'm enjoying this meal. And if I am really practicing the 80-20 rule, where I'm eating clean most of the time, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And if next week I fall short and I ate only 70% clean most of the time, I'm okay with that too, because guess what? That is life. That is what life is about. And if you don't enjoy life a little, I mean, it's just gonna pass you by, man. It's gonna pass you by, and you're not on your deathbed gonna be thinking, man, I shouldn't have had that bowl of pasta. No, you're gonna be thinking about all of those times that you missed out on because of all of your restrictions that you put on yourself because you had to be good. I mean, what is good? Good is relative to the person. It's what's good for you may not be well enough for me. I mean, I may have a food sensitivity or a food intolerance. And if that's the case, then yeah, you're not gonna have this or that because it just might kill you. But in the interest of sanity, in the interest of having a balanced life, a truly balanced life, then no food should be off limits. And that's my perspective as a nutrition coach. That is my perspective from coming to you from a place of balance, from a place where, you know, sometimes you may not work out the amount of times that you thought you were going to work out that week. And that is absolutely fine. You may not work out that much, and next week you may work out 6 days a week. That's fine too. So it really depends on just you being consistent with your health, you being responsible with your health as much as you possibly can, and rolling with the punches. You have to roll with the punches. If you don't roll with the punches, guess what? You're always going to be using those activities as an excuse as to why you didn't reach your goal, as to why you couldn't make it, as to why you couldn't be compliant the rest of the 99.9% times that you could have been. So don't let those little moments derail you, please. I beg of you. They are just fine. They are what life is about. And they're what gives it that little seasoning. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want something that's just nasty, and you don't want your life to be that way either. You want your life to be full of vibrancy and just happiness. And if you're consistently restricting yourself because, I may just have to stick to that nasty tilapia with broccoli that I absolutely detest if I want to reach my goal. I mean, you've been at this for a very long time, haven't you? I mean, let's be honest. You've been at this for a while, and you keep setting limits to yourself as to a time cap, the amount of time that you have to complete a goal. How about in the next year, you think to yourself, I have an entire year to reach my goal. You've tried it the other way. You've tried it with the 6-week challenges and the 8-week challenges and the 12-week challenges. And guys, that's absolutely okay. Sometimes you want or you need that little kickstart or reboot or reset, whatever you want to call it, to get you going. And sometimes that aids in your motivation, but remember, motivation fades. Motivation fades, and what will really stick with you is discipline. It's the discipline, guys. And if you're constantly telling yourself, no, you can't have this, eventually you're gonna go off the rails. And I think to a certain degree, that's probably why I felt that way the beginning 2 weeks of the Whole30. Yes, it had a lot to do with cravings and, you're basically just stripping your diet of a lot of things that you're used to having. But like, for example, in my case, I absolutely love chickpeas. And I have no averse reaction to it. I also like a dash of grass-fed milk in my coffee with some stevia, not even Splenda. And I can't have that because I'm on the Whole30. No, that is not what life is about. So what to me means moderation, what to me means that you have balance in your life, is when you enjoy those little moments that make it what life is all about. Those little moments that you'll remember at the end of your life, where you're not so obsessed with restrictions and putting a validation on your self-worth because of the things that you eat, or because of the amount of times that you didn't work out this week. Focus on the positive. I mean, you hadn't worked out for a very long time and you worked out once this week, that's a win, guys. You worked out once, that's a win in my book. That's great. Just celebrate the successes. Celebrate the successes much more than you do the losses, and you will be so much more happy for it. That is what balance is for me, guys. That's it for today. I hope this was useful for you. If you found it useful, please share it. If you feel that somebody needs to hear this message, please share this message with them. It's so important to live from a life of balance, from a life of true serenity, where you're peaceful with yourself and at ease with yourself and happy with yourself. You are enough, guys. You are enough. Don't let anybody tell you different. I'm out. Have a good day.